the red light special. Oh, now if I need it in the morning or the middle of the night, so let me give you something to think about. Inundate your mind with intentions to turn you out.
Hello, babes. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. So I know I've been gone for a while. I've been sick and had a lot of things going on, and I am back to give you guys some iconic content, so be on the lookout for that. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about the iconic girl group TLC. So let's get into it. In 1990, one of the highest selling American girl groups and the second best selling female group of all time would form in Atlanta, Georgia, and would go on to give us some of the most iconic fashion moments, set trends, and release some of the biggest hits of the century, selling 65 million records worldwide, being ranked by VH1 as the greatest girl group, and being placed number 12 out of 100 on the list of 100 greatest women in music, who have broken barriers in the industry, consistent of 3 beautiful, talented artists, T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chilli. And that group is TLC. So let's get to how it all began. In 1989, Pebbles, ex-wife of L.A. Reid and former singer, had just gotten married to L.A. Reid and would go on to form her own production company, Pebbletone. Her new foray into her production would bring her to audition girls to become the next big thing. In 1990, Atlanta-based producer Ian Burke and one of his clients, Crystal Jones, a teenager at the time, who came up with the concept for an all-girl group with a tomboy hip-hop image with a mixture of hip-hop, new jack swing, and R&B flavor, similar to group Belle Biv DeVoe. Crystal would put out a call for 2 members to join the group, which included Tion, T-Boz, and Lisa Left Eye Lopez. The group would go on to name themselves Second Nature and go on to audition for Pebbles and L.A. Reid, who would rename the girls TLC for Tion, Lisa, and Crystal. However, Pebbles and L.A. Reid felt Crystal was missing something and felt that she should be replaced with another girl. Crystal stated that this is when things began to unravel, as Pebbles wanted the girls to sign a contract, but she wanted to have a lawyer review the contract, which Pebbles, of course, would take issue with, and we will later on go into why that is. But this should have been a red flag for T-Boz and Left Eye, because it wasn't until this was brought up that Pebbles wanted to replace Crystal. And then putting the girls up to letting her go from a group that was initially hers was just outright treacherous. I would have definitely been side-eyeing her and her business practices. After leaving the group, Tion and Lisa would sign a deal with Pebbletone, signing a production, management, and publishing deal, and Pebbles becoming their manager. This entire deal just reeked of red flags, bad business, and deceit. Tion and Lisa would go on to be featured on a track for Damian Dame's 1991 self-titled album and song for Boomerang soundtrack, Reversal of the Dog. The girls and Pebbles would also begin a search for the 3rd member of the group when they set their eyes on Rozonda Thomas, Chilli, who was a background dancer for Damian and would be chosen to become a part of the group. After Chilli signed to the group, they wanted to keep the name TLC and would assign themselves nicknames in order to keep the group name. Tion becoming T-Boz, Lisa becoming Left Eye, and Rozonda becoming Chilli.
Where do we get our names from? Well, we can explain what they mean, and that might help you out.
The T stands is T-Boz, and my first name is Tion. Boz is a slang for boss. Tion is the boss. I'm the boss, but you call me Boz, T-Boz.
Right? Oh, Left Eye because I is right.
That's a T.
Oh, because I is right. Okay. And Chilli because I'm this sauce. I have to add all the sauce to the group, and without me, it's not complete. So that's how I got my name, Chilli Sauce.
Almost immediately after signing Chilli, the girls would begin recording their first album and would release their first single, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. In November of 1991, the girls expressed in the song that they don't mind begging for the attention and affection of their partner, and specifically sexual gratification. However, they would advocate for safe sex that would be showcased in their first video, with Left Eye wearing condoms on her clothing as a statement. The video would showcase the girls' fashion and would begin influencing young girls and women in the start of baggy tomboy trend and fashion. The girls had an it factor and all shined individually, even though they were a group. Your focus wasn't just on one member, but all members. They had high energy and performed like veterans on the stage, and had the star quality that you had to be born with. They were never stiff or boring on the stage, and the dance moves, the girls were dancing down, hitting every move, and was smooth like butter. To be so new to the industry, they had the swag, confidence, and skills of a group that had been in the music game for a few years. While working on the album, the girls would work with some of the biggest names in music, producing one of the best albums of the 90s, working with the legendary Babyface, Jermaine Dupri, Daryl Simmons, Marley Marl, Dallas Austin, and others. The album would be a mixture of hip-hop, R&B, funk, and the new jack swing sound that was popularized by the multi-talented Teddy Riley. And the girls played a pivotal role in creating the album. They gave their input on sounds, songs, and they had a vision that they wanted to be reflected on the album. That wasn't about them just singing songs, but also having input in what they were singing and the things they experienced. TLC would go on to release their debut album, Ooh, on the TLC Tip on February 25th, 1992. And the album would do exceptionally well, selling 2.5 million copies, peaking number 14 on the Billboard 200, and has been certified quintuple platinum by the RIAA. The album would talk about complex issues like sexual abuse on songs like His Story, that was way ahead of its time, with men taking advantage of women and forcing themselves onto women who have rejected their advances.
It's hard enough for us to be ourselves without being you. Girls have an image too, but when they get mad at you, there is no telling what they'll say to hurt you.
They would go on to release the following singles: Baby Baby Baby, one of my favorite songs from this album,
Baby, baby, baby.
What About Your Friends, and Hat to the Back. The girls did receive criticism from men who believed they were feminists because they were singing about things they believed only men should sing about.
A lot of critics write about you all being feminist rappers. What do you think about that?
First of all, we're not rappers. Nope.
Hello.
I'm the rapper. Okay? Now, you can call me a feminist rapper if you want to. I'm not one, but we're a singing group, and I'm the rapper. And we all have our own job titles, positions. Miss T-Boz is the funk.
Yeah.
I'm the rap, and Chili is the straight R&B.
You know, with critics, they just lump it all. I had a critic one time talk about Bobby Brown being here, rapper Bobby Brown, you know, and it's like, and Bobby can sing his face off. Why do you think they label you feminists?
Probably the things we talk about is we talk about a lot of realistic situations, about abusive relationships, friends. But really, if you listen to every song on our album, it's things that a child, a teenager, a woman, a man, adults, everybody can relate to everything we talk about.
Like being satisfied and what they looked for in a partner and how they wanted to be treated. However, that fodder only helped people pay more attention to the group TLC. TLC would appear on the Home Alone 2 soundtrack with their song Sleigh Ride, as well as recording the theme song for the hit Nickelodeon sketch show All That in 1994. This song is such a part of my childhood. I absolutely love this song, and I think it's one of the best theme songs for a TV show. After touring, the girls would begin gearing up to record their sophomore album, Crazy, Sexy, Cool, returning with a new sound but reuniting with their same producers from their previous album. Behind the scenes, the girls were dealing with their own personal issues. Left Eye had been in rehab due to her issues with alcohol, and T-Boz had been battling sickle cell that had caused the group to cancel a few concerts from their previous tour. Left Eye was released from rehab to begin recording the album alongside her bandmates. However, the album didn't have as many rap verses from her. The album would have elements of R&B, hip-hop, and funk, and would be released in November 1994, being ranked by Rolling Stone as one of the greatest 500 albums of all time. The first single that would be released off of the album would be Creep, from the perspective of a woman who has been cheated on and has decided to retaliate. The song was written by Dallas Austin, but from the perspective of a woman and based on T-Boz's experience with infidelity. But of course, the song would rattle many men who believed the women were being braggadocious about cheating on their partners. However, when the song opens up, T-Boz sings how she knows her man is cheating on her, so in turn, she'll be doing the same thing. And you guys know I do not condone cheating at all. I believe that relationship should be cut because trust has been broken and there's no turning back once you resorted to being with someone else. However, I find it hilarious how so many men had an issue with this song but never took issue with derogatory songs about women and having multiple women, side chicks, and wives. But for some reason, they cried a river when TLC sung this song. The same song that was created by a man. If Dallas had sung the song, no one would have batted an eye. Left Eye wasn't in support of the song's message and had threatened to wear black tape over her mouth for the filming of the video. Left Eye said, "I was like, if a girl is going to catch her man cheating, this was my thing. Instead of telling her to cheat back, why don't we tell her to just leave?" T-Boz said that Left Eye was worried at the time that her then boyfriend Andre would get the wrong idea, even though the song wasn't based on their relationship. And woo! The fact that she respected and loved this man so much and he did her so dirty on multiple occasions always irritates me, and was ridiculous at the fact that she felt as though she had to protect his ego. But moving along. The video will become one of their most iconic videos with the silk pajamas and smooth dance moves that we still know all these years later. Soaring on the charts, the song would receive a gold certification from the RIAA within a month, selling 500,000 copies. Crazy Sexy Cool was met with critical acclaim, peaking number 3 on the Billboard 200, on a chart in which it remained for over 2 years. The album had been certified 12 times platinum by the RIAA, making TLC the first group in history to be awarded diamond status.
You gotta finish breaking
Yep,
it down.
that boom.
That's
She
right.
crazy. That's right. I
She's
forgot.
also sexy sometimes and cool. I am too, and so is T-Boz.
We went into with the producers and we told them, we have an idea, Crazy Sexy Cool, and we want everything to be around this concept of Crazy Sexy Cool. Image, music, and what it really means is we can just do anything.
On the first album, we still talking about date rape and friends, and we still got across our safe sex message. On the second album, we're still talking about AIDS, condoms, witches, and waterfalls. People, don't go chasing waterfalls. Mainstream. What else?
And has gone on to sell over 15 million copies worldwide, becoming the best-selling album by an American girl group. After Creep, Red Light Special, Waterfalls, and Digging on You would be released as follow-up singles.
Give you the red light special. Chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the
Waterfalls would become one of their biggest hits, spending 7 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Giving the group their second #1 hit, the song touched on complex issues and would become one of the group's signature songs, and the budget for the video was $1 million.
Next, Waterfalls. Now I'm telling you, that was the dopest video to me. That was the one that was the most fun because we got a chance to give all of our ideas. We sat down and talked to Gary Gray about everything. We said, okay, she was talking about the storyline. She was talking about standing on water and doing stuff on water, and I was talking about water images. So we told him all this stuff, and we kind of like, it's going back and forth, and he made it happen.
It's like, it's equal. I mean, you can't miss it. Don't go chasing waterfall.
The song would also be nominated for 2 Grammys in 1996 for Record of the Year and Best Pop Performance by Duo or Group with Vocals. TLC was the it girl group of the 90s and were soaring. They were one of the most popular girl groups, had multiple hit records, successful tours, and sold over 10 million albums. However, even with all of the success they had accumulated, the girls will reveal that they were broke after winning a Grammy at the 1996 Grammy Awards press conference.
Quote anything anymore. We've been quiet long enough. Can I get an amen? Amen! All right. Well, I'll put it to you this way. We are the biggest selling female group ever. 10 million albums worldwide. We have worked very hard. We have been in this business for 5 years. And we are broke as broke can be. And we're not like trying to be a sad story. If that was the case, we would have been on everybody's talk show talking about how broke we are. We haven't done that. I know it's hard to believe because we've sold so many albums, but it is possible. That's the deal here. And we're not happy at all. But for real, tonight, this is all we wanted. We wanted to win a Grammy, at least one, and we won 2. And that proves that we are the jam.
Shirley, can you wait? Because I heard Bo Diddley on a TV show yesterday, because the Legends of Rock thing is going on tomorrow, and he talked about how in the 50s that happened a lot. It's shocking that that's happening in the 90s.
It is shocking. It's still happening. I mean, we're examples right now. I mean, you don't understand the stress that we're under, and it's like to even find out that people are calling the Academy talking about TLC's out of control and people who are supposed to have your back. It's very confusing. We don't understand that, and it's like, dog, you know what? It's okay because God is on our side, and He has blessed us, and we are thankful for everything thus far. And yeah.
Well, first of all, 10 million albums, and how can we be broke? It's kind of, I can't go into everything right now, but trust me, you can sell 10 million albums and be broke if you have greedy people.
That would cause the girls to have to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in July of 1995. This was a bold move, speaking out against their record label and the things that had gone on with the shady label execs and management who steal from their artists. I think a lot of people look at the glitz and glams of our famous musicians and don't realize things like clothes is given to them for free, the homes are rented, and the chains, cards, etc. are all taken out of their contracts. You put shady business execs in a room with a group of young people and adults who know nothing about the business and contracts, and this is going to be your outcome, which is why Pebbles didn't want a lawyer to be present when she signed the girls to their contract, because there will always be legal jargon that only a lawyer will be able to understand unless you've really done your research. And even then, when you get in that meeting with people who've been doing this for years, they have a way of manipulating you and do anything they can to get you to sign on the dotted line. After 2 years of battling with the label to renegotiate their contracts, the case would be settled late 1996. Their contract was renegotiated with LaFace, and Peppertone agreed to let them out of their contract in exchange for Peppertone receiving a percentage of royalties on some future releases. TLC would also buy the rights to their name that had previously been owned by Pebbles. The girls would begin working on their 3rd studio album, though it would be delayed due to friction with Dallas, who had dated and had a child with Chili by their 3rd album. Dallas was asking for $4.2 million in creative control to work on the album. This would cause a standoff between Dallas and the group. While the album was at a standstill, the girls would dabble into their own things independently. Chili appearing in a small role in the independent film Have Plenty, T-Boz co-starring in the 1998 film Belly alongside Nas and DMX, and Left Eye would start her own production company, Left Eye Productions, and would sign the R&B trio Black.
An artist management company.
4 years ago, I started Left Eye Productions officially. So now I have a group called Black, and it's my first release on Sony. 3 beautiful young ladies.
The girls would begin working with other producers for their album until finally negotiating a contract with Dallas, who would produce the bulk of the album. Lisa wanted the album to have a more futuristic feel, to which Dallas would add those elements in. In 1999, the album Fan Mail would be released and would again be met with critical and commercial success, debuting #1 of the Billboard 200 and becoming certified 6 times platinum by the RIAA, selling 6 million copies in the US alone. No Scrubs would be the lead single released from the album.
I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
Written by Kandi Burruss on an envelope while sitting in her car. The song was about a relationship Tamika, better known as Tiny, had described as a screw-up. The song was initially meant to be for Kandi and Tiny to record, but was given to TLC by Dallas as a lead single, with Chili singing the lead vocals and Dallas describing the song as a breakthrough for Chili. Kandi and Tiny, who had written the song, would also provide some background vocals as well. 2 versions of the song would be released to help boost airplay, with one being straight R&B and the other that is my favorite version, containing the rap version with a verse from Left Eye.
If you can't spatially expand my horizons, then it leaves you in a class with scrubs, never rising.
So I think Left Eye's verse really made this song pop, and if I hear the song playing from the beginning and don't hear Left Eye a few seconds in the background of Chili, then I cut it off. Left Eye's cadence and the way she would just slide on a track would always make me fall in love with a song, just like when she's on Darnell Jones' You Know What's Up.
A reputation known as the untouchable girl. I'm moving on and now I'm trying to make a change in my ways. Be the best that I can be to last me all of my days. Now we can blaze pathways or just take our time. Better holler if you hear me, cause Left Eye gon' shine.
She wouldn't mess up a song with her rap or remix, and I think a lot of rap remixes are unnecessary, but she would always improve the song. The follow-up single released would be Unpretty, becoming the album's 2nd song to top the Billboard Hot 100.
You can buy all the makeup the man can make.
Peaking #1 and remaining there for 3 weeks. Fan Mail would receive 8 Grammy nominations at the 42nd Annual Grammy Awards, including 3 major award nominations for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year. They would snag 2 Grammy Awards, one for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals, and Best R&B Album. Fan Mail would also become the group's 2nd best-selling album, selling 318,000 copies in its first week, becoming their first #1 album on both charts for the Billboard 200 and the top R&B and hip-hop chart. As of 2019, the album has sold 10 million copies. TLC pushed the envelope with this album, and once again, they were the blueprint for future girl groups and artists to improve their skills and be more creative, and helped to push R&B into the 21st century. TLC has influenced an entire generation of musicians and broke barriers for artists after them. They were a positive representation. They sang about the struggles women face and the consequences of unprotected sex and drugs. They were the blueprint for female groups to model after, and were listed by the Philippine Daily Inquirer as the most influential female group the world has ever seen. Though many groups came after them, they didn't receive the same crossover appeal as TLC did, aside from Destiny's Child. They've pioneered many of the fashion trends we see today, like the futuristic looks and metallics, the hip-hop fashion and streetwear. They helped to define their era and left a major impact on fashion, with the baggy overalls, the color block and graffiti, the baggy suits with the bralettes, as well as their monochromatic looks. So when we talk about making an impact and being legendary icons, that is what TLC is. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. Let me know down below what are some of your favorite TLC songs or albums, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, let me know who you would like to see a video on next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.